Bring that just a little closer. All right. Screw that up. Hey, that's looking pretty good. And we already got the lighting set up here, so it looks like we're all good to go. How is it going, everybody? Well, almost good to go until I had something else pop up. Just a minute. Even when I'm on time, I'm a mess. Oh, so closer on time. All right, there we go. How's it going, everybody? Those of y'all who are new to the stream here, my name's Austin, and of course, this is Fintastic Freaks. I gotta have a logo somewhere where I can just point to it when I do that. All right, see, we already had 7 likes here before I even got in here. 7 people watching already. Cyber, hey, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'll get to your comment here in just a minute. But we also have Discus Talk here as well. Levi's Aquatics, Chris Robertson also joining us. How's it going, everybody? Great to see y'all. Let's see. Pridemore's Fishing More. Hello, everyone. Well, hello to you, Pridemore. Good to see you as well. Dan's World of Fishing More. Also saying hello, world. How's it going, Dan? Great to see you here. 12 people already in here. Adele's here. 3G's here. Y'all are just rolling right in. Let's see. Cyber. Finally caught another stream. Yeah, I think it's been a couple weeks since I last saw you here, but glad you can make this one. We'll be listening as I work. Did I hear right? You have in your... Dang it. Reading is hard. Did I hear right in your last video that you got another puffer? What's the count up to? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Cyber. Hope you had a awesome Thanksgiving as well. Mine was pretty good here. Lots of turkey. I guess some people maybe brag about this. Some people don't. I pride myself on the fact that I did not need a nap on Thanksgiving Day. I ate quite a bit of turkey. I had 2 different Thanksgiving dinners. I always, in the afternoon, go to my grandparents on my mom and dad's side. And obviously now that I've been married for about 2.5 months now, we also went to my newlywed wife's parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner afterwards. So lots of turkey, lots of Thanksgiving food in general. I was not hungry on Thursday, and quite frankly, wasn't hungry most of Friday because of that either. But it was a good day, yeah. To answer your other question, though, Cyber, yes, there is another puffer down here. Our puffer species count down here, I want to make sure I got my count correct. Yeah, we're up to 11 different species of puffer down here in the fish room. I haven't shown that new puffer here yet. Well, the newest puffer yet, but keep a lookout for the video here either this week or next week. I'll definitely have something on him. Might do something else for this week. I've been doing a lot of fish reveals, and I think it's been a long time since I've done like a list video or a top 5 or an 8 great video from the last time. So I think it's high time that I start working on one of those here. But definitely I'll be showing off that new puffer here soon and probably recap all the other puffers that we've had here. There's some puffers that I have in this fish room that we haven't seen in quite a while, or that I haven't shown off more appropriately. All right. Well, I was saying, there are all sorts of awesome folks here. Master Aquatics Eduardo has joined the crew. How you do, Eduardo? Fish Ranch homie, hello. Ooh, there. All right. Discus Talk. Yeah, I saw you earlier. I got voltages here as well. Oh, we have Dee Dee's Fin Den. We have S here as well. Oh, great to see you all. Dan's World of Fish and More. Do I have a hairy puffer? I posted a video of my hairy puffer meeting a fiddler crab. I'm sure that was a very short meet and greet. Or maybe perhaps a meet and eat. A luncheon, perhaps. But jokes aside, to be honest with you, Dan, I once upon a time did have a hairy puffer. It's been a little over a year now. Might even be closer to 2 years now, honestly. But I had one for a while. Got him when he was really tiny. And I was working on starting to upgrade him, but it was like right after a water change. Just totally out of the blue. It's one of the rare... I mean, I still to this day can't put my finger on it. I just did a water change. He was swimming around like normal. He was acting like normal. But he just, one day I came down to the fish room. He's on his back and he was gone. It was, I'm not going to lie, still kind of feels, still baffles me a little bit because I have no idea what happened there. Because, I mean, the water was changed just not too long ago, and I always test the water before and after the water change to make sure things are where they're supposed to be or where they need to be. And everything checked out, and there was no ammonia in there until, I mean, after he had passed, which I'm thinking, well, if he had died, then that probably is what caused that to go up then towards the end, because it doesn't take very long. But can't really put my finger on what happened there, really, because my guess is maybe he got sick or had like an internal parasite. But that I could go on and on about the maybes about that. But I did have a hairy puffer. Probably will get one again someday. But currently, right now down here, I do not have I don't have a dragon right now either. But I don't have a hairy puffer currently. Let's see. Beamer and Mercedes the Bully is also joining the crew. Welcome. Would you call yourself a fishist or fish psychist? I'm not even sure if I pronounced that word correctly on either of the time. Levi's Aquatics, I think I saw you earlier, but in case I didn't, howdy do. As you can see in the title, I want to touch up a little bit on some great community fish, which of course, to start this off, all you would really have to do is just look behind me and you can get probably a couple examples right here. We have, my favorite community fish, honestly, probably right now is rainbow fish, just because, they get about, I guess this isn't all species, but a number of species only get about 4 inches, give or take. So they get big enough to where you don't really have to worry about the big fish, not maybe monster fish, but big fish, we'll say. You don't have to worry about them so much about getting eaten compared to where you might think about like tetras and such potentially getting swallowed with some bigger fish there as well. And really, rainbows can have just as great of color, if not better, depending on which ones you get, than some tetras. Not the men. Tetras are definitely a good one to have in community tanks because they're pretty durable, they're colorful, and especially a school of like cardinal tetras is beautiful. But rainbow fish, I feel like with rainbow fish, there's more possibilities of what you can put with them. Like angelfish, you don't have to worry about them down the road potentially getting eaten once the angelfish get bigger. Or like even with me having a black ghost knife in this tank even, cardinal tetras, once the ghost knife got closer to that foot long range, probably would get to a point where you might want to think about moving one or the other, probably the cardinal tetras, because they can go in a way smaller tank than a ghost knife can. But with rainbow fish, you really don't have to worry about that. Because, if it's a fish that gets 4 inches or sometimes even bigger, you ain't got to worry about it so much. They're fish that'll get big enough that they won't fit in his mouth. They're still super colorful, and typically they're pretty peaceful. They can get along with a number of fish. That's not to say to put them with African cichlids, but so far, every time I've had rainbows, 0 complaints. Let's see, got some other people coming in here. We got Geek Boy joining the party. We got Melvin Reef here also joining. How's it going, guys? Great to see y'all. But I guess while we're talking about the tetras there, not too long ago, as I get started, see that we got Ray Aquatics joining. How's it going, Ray? Good to see you. Tetras are still a great community fish as well. It's just, as I said, compared to some other fish like perhaps rainbows or gouramis or maybe live bears, which I'll get to in a minute. Tetras, obviously, if you get like cardinal tetras or neon tetras, a lot of those, they don't get as big. So I feel like there's a little more limitations, maybe isn't the correct word, but it's the word I'll use right now, just because, obviously you can't put like bigger fish with them. Like once the angelfish, like if you want to put like tetras with angelfish, which I've seen a lot of people do, and I think it's a gorgeous combination. Just got to be mindful that, hey, once those angelfish get near full size, and if you got cardinal tetras in with them, those cardinal tetras might come up missing, because those cardinal tetras are only gonna get so big, and they can still easily fit in a full-grown angel's mouth, especially if you get something like an ultim angel or something. But whereas if you got something, but perhaps some bigger tetras, like if you got perhaps a black skirt tetras, or maybe one of my favorites is the emperor tetras, like the black emperor tetras or the typical emperor tetras. I think those ones are beautiful, and they get a little bit bigger. They're not as colorful as neons or cardinals, but they're still an awesome tetra, and they kind of got cool fins. They kind of got like a trident in their fin. They also got like those beautiful blue eyes, usually in a very beautiful blue stripe to go with the black and silver-like pattern they got on them otherwise, which I think is a pretty cool combination, I gotta say. But overall, that's one thing that's the only downside really I have with tetras. I mean, they're, again, hardy fish, beautiful fish, and when they school, it's really, really pretty. But tetras, compared to, like I say, with rainbows earlier, you got to be a little more careful about maybe some tank mates, because if they get big enough, then once those other tank mates start getting bigger, then you might want to make sure that, your tetra population isn't going to go down. Another fish that I have put in, like, with a community tank here, or the one behind me, is Gouramis. I got a lot of gold in here. We got 3 different species. We got gold Gouramis, we got opaline Gouramis, and blue Gouramis. I've also had powder blue dwarf Gouramis, but since some of the Gouramis I have in here, like the gold and the opalines, are going to get a little bit bigger, like somewhere between, I could be wrong here, so correct me if I'm wrong if somebody wants to, or correct me if I'm wrong if you want to, but I believe they get somewhere between 6 to 8 inches. Obviously, you got to keep that in mind. I mean, that goes back to the tetra thing. I mean, you could get away with it for a little while, but once those Gouramis get bigger, then, watch out. But Gouramis are kind of another cool one. And I think Gouramis, especially with angelfish, as long as they've gotten along, and so far when I've mixed the two together, I haven't had any problems. But I think Gouramis and angelfish are a beautiful combination. Both have those like whisker-like fins that just glide through the water. Makes them very relaxing to watch them swim along about their business, especially in a big tank like this. I mean, any big tank, I guess, can be relaxing regardless of what you put in it, one might argue. But Gouramis, I think, are another great one, and they can get very colorful too. I guess that's my thing. I like colorful fish. I see even, Melvin, yes, flame-tail Gouramis are cool. Yeah, I've heard about those. I wonder if those are like another name for sunset Gouramis, but I haven't. If not, then I don't know if I've seen it, but I've heard that does sound like a very beautiful Gourami as well. I've thought about maybe adding some sunset Gouramis to my 240-gallon community tank here, but I'm also debating if I want to just let the Gouramis grow for a little bit, and then maybe after some time, see where we're at. But of course, then the problem you run into there is you let the fish establish all that territory in the hierarchy, you can be asking for trouble if you add fish in there if you haven't after a long period of time, because if it's disrupting the hierarchy, then chances are your fish are going to start fighting, which is obviously not good. Chattanooga Ed joined the chat here while I was yakking. Good to see you, Ed. Welcome to the stream. Another awesome YouTuber right there. And speaking of Ed here, I know he'll love this suggestion for a community tank. Live bearers are awesome. I mean, guppies, mollies, swordtails, platies. I guess the one thing, guppies, out of all that, you might want to be a little bit careful, because, again, it's another fish that doesn't get as big, especially compared to, like, the swordtails or what some platies can get, or really even mollies, I guess, for that. But, it's another very colorful fish, and they're one that, honestly, like, if you wanted to just if you're a patient person and are willing to put the time into the tank to upkeep it and such, get you like a 55-gallon tank, put in like some males and female guppies, or so in like a 55-gallon tank. And I'm thinking maybe start off with, maybe just 6 or 8 at first, which I know may not sound like a whole lot. You could do more. But here's the thing. Once they start having babies and all that, that tank is going to just flourish with color and such. And it, as we all know, I mean, of all the fish out there, guppies are probably one of the easiest ones to breed. You get a male, you get a female, you get babies more times than not. That's literally about all it takes. But especially if you get a whole bunch in there, and I mean, especially once obviously some are probably going to get eaten and such, but that's all right. That'll help you keep the population numbers in check. But if you got enough plankton there to where some of the young can hide and grow up and such, that tank is quickly going to fill with color and all that. And it's kind of a beautiful thing to watch just develop. And you could do that with mollies, platies, and swordtails too. You won't be able to hang on to such a quantity in that tank because obviously they get bigger than guppies do. So I guess if you want to do all live bearers, I would say be careful with the guppies just because once, like, especially the swordtails, I believe, once they get bigger, those guppies might start vanishing. Or as you could say, Chattanooga Ed here says, as with him, he has a 125-gallon with mollies and swordtails and thousands of shrimp. See, guys, I mean, that's another thing. If you're into shrimp there too, I mean, live bearers, a peaceful fish there. Yeah, if you also want to give shrimp a try. I mean, shrimp would also be a good fish to kind of help, keep that substrate filtered. I mean, obviously, you're still going to have to clean it yourself once in a while, but, they'll assist you with that still. And it's a good deal. I got to look through your channel again, Ed. I don't know if I ever saw that one. I also might have, and I may not just remember it. Fintastic Tanks is joining the crew here. Welcome. Chris Robertson, I've had many problems with my females dying after giving birth in my guppy tank. I don't know if it's a I'm like stuttering left and right here today, folks. I don't know if it's a genetic issue and they're just getting too weak from line breeding or too much stress. See, that's kind of been one of my issues as well, is that I think part of my issue, though, tends to be with the water. Because, I mean, in previous places I've lived, I've been able to keep guppies no problem. Absolutely no problem. But ever since I moved here to Council Bluffs, Iowa, where I am now, I've never been able to make it work. And honestly, I've just gotten to the point where, as much as I've loved to have them because they're relatively easy to keep, it's just gotten to the point where if I can't keep them alive, I don't want to set them up for failure. But I don't know. That might be it too. Because, I mean, just like human beings, I mean, obviously, I'm sure it takes a lot of energy out of the females to, bring that many fish into the world. So, I mean, that could be one thing. I know some people slightly medicate the tank and such with like a stress coat or something after birth or something, and sometimes that helps. I guess I myself never tried that. Maybe I need to, but maybe that'd be something to try. I know that can sometimes be hard, but if they're about to give birth, then maybe I've heard some people like try to put a stress coat in there, or like with API. I think that's what it's called with API, that little medicine for fish. Stress coat plus or something. Maybe give that a try. That could help. But otherwise, I haven't had guppies in a while, though, so I guess I can't give too much advice there. But when I hear stress, that's one of the main things I go to anyway. Chattanooga Ed, I don't think I've ever had it on this. It's in your kitchen. Okay. Also have a rice fish tank and an angelfish tank they have never been on camera. Ooh. Now, Ed, I would definitely love to see the angelfish tank, too. Of all the fish here, angelfish are easily number 2 with me. I mean, puffers are definitely number 1 with me, but angelfish are a strong number 2. Love angelfish. Which, speaking of angelfish, I I'm going to have to get my angelfish community tank stocked back up because one of my plecos decided to go rogue. I don't know if I'm going to be getting too many plecos down here again. It might have been just one aggressive one, but my royal pleco decided to start playing, I shouldn't even say bully, he started to play executioner. And some angels were down on the gravel with pleco bites, which obviously is not good to see. Yeah, I guess with that also said, yeah, we're one less pleco down here now in the fish room because really had nowhere else to put them. And by that, really had nowhere else I want to put them because I don't want any of my fish to die. Chattanooga Ed likes that. Hey, aquarium co-op, of course. I got to get him a boo puffer someday. It's on my bucket list, but obviously we all know how big those beasties get. Might be a little bit of time before I finally get him a boo, but someday. I absolutely agree, Geek Boy. I mean, Ed, some point, man, that might be a little quick little video thing. Getting that 125, just like a little 2-3 minute gig, just showing it off. Like, heck, just show it off. Maybe put a little background music behind that bad boy, and yeah, that's what I sometimes like to do. Just let the tank speak for herself. But of course, Ed's a great content creator. Regardless of how he would do it, it would look awesome. But I'm with you, Geek Boy. I would love to see that 125 because, yeah, there's not a lot of tanks out there with a lot of smaller fish in big tanks out there, which I think is, I know, like, even with the 240, some people might be like, no, why not an arowana or, maybe some might even say a gar or Oscars or something, which all in all would look great and all. But I don't know. I think this is pretty good too. Seeing all those little fish swimming about and all the different color, like the gold Gouramis with the yellow, the Bozemantis with the blue and orange, and the rose-line sharks with the black, silver, and red. With, I guess, a little bit of yellow in their tails too. I mean, the jet black ghost knife swimming all about. Seeing all those different colors just swimming around is something to be glorified as well. Hey, there you go, Geek Boy. Ed says he'll work on it. Something to put notifications on for Chattanooga Ed already. Today's drink choice, Dr. Pepper. Not sponsored. That'd be a great one, though. See, another great... I know some people may ask, because, I mean, talking about community fish, and of course here on the channel, some might wonder, are there any community puffers out there? Well, I guess you could say yes. I mean, if you've looked on, I'm pretty sure, to be fully truthful and honest, if you heard of me, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Aquarium Co-op. So, obviously with Murphy, and I think even back when he had Hank, and even with Ladybird, all his Maboo puffers, including his one late Maboo puffer, I'm pretty sure he's all had fish with them, like Guppies even, I want to say. Maboos would be one option, but obviously, again, that's a fish that almost gets 3 feet. Not too many people can house a fish in that sort of a tank because not a lot of us just have that money or space. But I have seen some people try to put like tiger barbs with a fahaka. I personally would never put anything with a fahaka, but if you're absolutely set on it, I guess that's one thing. But again, not my recommendation. The top 2 puffers that I would say out there to where I've seen people get away with a community tank the most, and even then you still proceed with caution, I would still say, would be South American puffers, also known as Amazon puffers, of course, or the spotted Congos or Shout-Denny puffer, which I know a lot of people say that the Shout-Denny puffer is usually the most docile of the 2, but even then, with my female spotted Congo, she she's proven more than once that she's quite a feisty girl. So I don't know if I would ever put anything with them. And just really with me in general, I would not try to make a community tank with a puffer in it. I know some people have also tried pea puffers, but the thing is that one thing that makes puffers very likable to fish keepers is also the same thing that can kind of spell disaster to other fish, is that they are a very, very curious little fish. And especially if you have like a fish with some fancy looking fins or some vibrant colors, some great color and all that, then they're probably going to get very curious, follow it around, and at some point they're probably going to chomp. And with those teeth that puffers have, it doesn't take a whole lot for a puffer to kill another fish. So, but I would say if the tank was big enough, I have seen people do like Amazon puffers. I would always say stick to the sleek shaped fish, the faster swimming fish, because while Amazon puffers can still swim faster, I guess Shout and Denny's don't swim as fast as Amazons, but if you're going to do any of them, those would probably be the main two, but be very, very careful on what fish you put with them. That's definitely nothing that's going to be too flashy, that's going to get that puffer's attention a whole lot. Definitely something that can also still maybe add activity to the tank, and maybe some more life to it, but something that's also not going to constantly tempt the puffer. But my number one recommendation would be no. Puffers are not a community fish. Those tanks are species only. But if you want to try them, do so at your own peril. Beamer, Mercedes, and Bowling has Amazons with that live with plecos and guppies in a 55. Now see, like a 55 there, that could work there. Especially if you got like a lot of plants. I mean, I guess when I say that I don't recommend it, it's definitely not impossible to do. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, there's some. I mean, part of it's also just studying that individual fish and their temperament. Like with my Amazons currently being in a 38, I'm thinking about actually upgrading them to a 55 myself there while Beamer's talking about Amazons in a 55. Guppies are a popular one that I see, and I think part of that's just because of usually how inexpensive some type of guppies are. There are some out there that have a higher price tag than others, but definitely not a bad way to go. I've also seen people put plecos with puffers too, which is not a bad one. I personally have never tried it, but there's a fish store here in the Omaha area that has a common brown pleco with a fajaka in a 180. I know he still has to sometimes remove that pleco because sometimes his puffer gets just a little nippy, but most part it works. I think I've only seen the pleco out of there maybe once or twice in the few years that I've gone to his store. For the most part it works. I mean, yeah, sometimes it just depends on the puffer's temperament. Sometimes you can get away with it. But hopefully for you, Mercedes, that yeah, hopefully it stays that way, because I mean, yeah, if you can, then hey, I'm sure that tank looks awesome too. Another good tank here. Well, I mean, and we're talking about community tanks here, maybe one that gets overlooked, especially by beginners perhaps, is beta community tanks. Going like on, obviously we talked about tetras earlier. If you want to put like a very colorful fish that obviously we know betas can be aggressive, so you want to be careful. Or even maybe you don't even want a male beta. Put a couple female betas in there with some tetras and such, and hey, there you go. Get a cool looking community tank that way. I mean, honestly, you could just get a female beta or a male beta, whatever, and like a school of, or maybe not a school, but a group, we'll call it, of like 4 small tetras, like neons or cardinals, black neons, or maybe even a rummy nose tetra would be cool. And 10 gallons, hey, that's easily maintained. Or if maybe you want to step it up a little bit, maybe get like a 29 where you get a couple of females and maybe 2 groups of 4 or 5 of 2 different species of Tetra and a 29 there. That could be pretty cool. Or, of course, you could just go big with like a 55 or a 75 and just get a few female betas or get like a male beta in there and just load that baby up with all sorts of other Tetras. Or maybe you just do different Tetras all in general. I've done that before too. Tetra community tanks can also be very cool because regardless of the shape of the Tetra or the type of the Tetra, they're all pretty active. Got another person in here joining the crew. What's up, T-Bones Fishies? Good to see you here. Good day to you as well. Victor Albert is here as well. Oh, looks like Victor got another fish. Oh, just got my first flower horn. And Audra Meyer is also joining the stream here. Welcome, Audra. To be honest with you, Victor, I've had one flower horn in all my fish keeping. I had it for, well, actually, no, that's not true. I've had 2. I had a flower horn parrot hybrid that I ended up getting rid of at one point because I planned on upgrading him and time passed and just kept passing and going, and I just never figured out a tank to upgrade him into, so I gave him away to a friend who had a tank for him that and still has him to this day, actually, and he's doing fantastic. He's grown about like 2-3 times the size since I gave it to him. But the other flower horn I had, Victor, was a Thai silk flower horn. It was a female of all things, to be precise, if I'm remembering correctly. It was a very beautiful flower horn too. Like it had like that bluish green color to it. I also didn't have her for too long because then I had to move from. I guess I shouldn't say I didn't have her for too long. I had her for a little over a year, I guess, which I guess to some is long enough. I had my flower horn by itself. I kept the temperature for her at about between 76, 78, about the typical upper part of tropical waters. I gave her sand because I know flower horns sometimes can be a little clumsy, and if they like to brush along the substrate, like mine did sometimes, sand is not going to scratch up your fish compared to what some gravels out there might. So I guess my recommendation, I mean, I would always recommend sand for a lot of tanks anyway. I think easily 80-90% of my tanks down here are sand for that reason, just because, one, I think it looks more natural. 2, I think live plants do better in it. And, if fish get a little clumsy or spooked, then, sand is way less likely to scratch a fish to a, concerning point compared to what gravel might. But I guess I don't really want to offer too much because obviously I haven't had too many flower horns. I've been tempted plenty of times, though. I have definitely been tempted before to get flower horns down here in the past. There's been I can't remember one, but it was like a beautiful flower horn. I had like the whole little bump on his head and everything. Had some beautiful red, had some black and blue to him as well. He was a beautiful flower horn, and I was very tempted by him. He was such a big, beautiful fish, but yeah, I also don't want to say a whole lot if I don't know a whole lot. But awesome that you got a flower horn there, though, Victor. Wishing you all the best of luck with that. Those are fun fish to keep, though. So you do everything in sand too. Well, then there you go. You're already on that. I guess something, I know if you're really on the live feedings, I guess usually minnows. I also sometimes get like mosquito fish or something, like cheap, or maybe not mosquito fish, but like feeder guppies and such. Ghost shrimp is another one. Otherwise, if you want to spread it out a little bit, something else I also have done back when I had my flower horn, Victor, I also gave like jumbo bloodworms Mine also liked beef heart, but I didn't give beef heart too much because I know that sometimes can be a little not greasy, but not healthy to give fish too many times in a row, I guess. But otherwise, frozen krill, I mean, I guess I'm a person that regardless of the fish, I'm going to try to feed them as wide of a variety as possible because, I mean, same thing as people, I like pizza, wings, and steak, but I don't want to, eat those constantly. Every once in a while, I want some pasta or, maybe I want, to get some, Tex-Mex food or just straight Mexican food or try something else, or a burger or something. See, Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem has joined. Welcome, Metalheads. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Metalheads stream soon at some point here today yet. Is it 6 or 6:30, or am I totally way off here? But I've seen a couple of theirs. I haven't gotten there in the past couple of weeks. I gotta get on a stream there again. But frozen bloodworms and all right. But yeah, I mean, live food would probably be. Live food. There's nothing wrong with that either with the flower horn there. I mean, like my puffers, I like giving them live foods too because obviously in the wild they're predators. So, to help them feel at home as much as possible. Yeah. I mean, that's what they do in the wild. So every once in a while, give them some live food so they keep those hunting aspects about them. And, I've just noticed that when you also give them like things to hunt in their tank, they just have better personalities. They seem way happier compared to if you always just give them, the dead stuff like bloodworms and krill, which still has plenty of nutritional value, but it doesn't give them that thrill of the hunt, Let's see. Eric Wyrock has joined us, as has Liquid Zoo. Welcome. Gonna scroll up here real quick. Select Pet has also joined the party. Welcome. Gonna make sure I didn't miss anybody in all the times I was talking. Sandy Darty has also joined us. Welcome. I can't remember if I said hi to Audra when she was here earlier, but how's it going, Audra? Good to see you here as well. 31 people watching, 25 likes. Y'all are awesome. I can't remember what the highest part is. Speaking of streams, since I think I can't remember exactly what the number is right now. We're getting close though to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I guess I don't want to say a whole lot because nothing's set in stone right now, but I'm working on getting some. I'm working on getting some new I'm trying to think of the word merch. I think merch made. Obviously, as y'all know, I got T-shirts. I'm maybe seeing if I can find another outfitter just because I'm thinking of maybe getting like a little shop, I guess, or something put together for anyone that would be interested. But the only issue is that the outfitter I have right now for the shirts is they already cost just a little under $25 to make per shirt, which, isn't terrible. But when you include the time by the time it gets made versus, once I would ship it off, it may be more closer to $30, which then, maybe isn't as great. Whereas, maybe if I found another outfitter or something, maybe we could bump that 30 down to 20 or something, which would be way easier. I've also been moseying around trying to see if I can find someone to make like Fintastic Freaks hoodies or something. If anyone would be that interested in that, of course. Obviously, I've already got outside of the T-shirts, stickers made as well. I need to get some more ordered for that before we have another live stream here as well, because it's been a while since I've had a giveaway stream, but wanted to wait until we hit 1,000 before I did it again. But of course, once 1,000 comes, I'll be giving away other things than just, Fintastic Freaks stuff. I'm sure I'll be giving away like sponge filters and some other stuff here. I always like giving away some like CHM like Prime and such. Maybe some test strips. Maybe I'll order a couple of Aquarium Co-op things and give those away because I've been starting to order a little more from Aquarium Co-op here, and I've really been liking those products. Hey, there you go, Victor. Fintastic hats, In terms of like ball caps, like what I'm wearing, I haven't looked at anything like that, but that's actually a great idea. I might have to actually look into that. I have been looking into, though, like Fantastic Freaks, like not stocking caps necessarily, but like beanies, perhaps. Because, well, if you live in like a similar area to where I am, like in Iowa, where you get some pretty chilly winters up here, lots of snow, which we haven't gotten a whole lot. But yeah, I would say beanies have been another one I've been looking at. It's like that. A Fahaka giveaway for 1K. I mean, there's some stores here that get Fahakas, but nah, yeah, never Finley. Nope, Finley's mine. She's here to stay. I have had people make offers on Finley though before. I think the biggest one I ever had once at I'm trying to remember. I think it was Omaha, I think it was a swap in Omaha. Someone offered like 150 for her, but Finley to me is like Murphy and Lady Bird with Corey. That fish is like a child. I could never get rid of her. But of course, y'all know that already. T-bone fishies, but about tea towels or key rings. Lanyards might be cool. I really like lanyards. So maybe that might be a good idea, actually, there. Or T-bone. Might have to look into that. Chattanooga Ed, you could give out a dinner to Pizza King. I would love that. Hey, I'd love that too. I would love if someone wants to offer dinner to Pizza King, absolutely. But hey, Ed, if you're ever in town, man, let me know. We'll hit up Pizza King. Get us some prime rib, pizza, or steak, whatever it be. Big trout. Anything less than 1K? No way. Yeah, I mean, Finley's also gotten pretty big. I mean, yeah, she's about 12.5 inches. She's long been now at that point, roughly about when she got close to 10 inches, when she was like just shy of 10 inches, she kind of hit that wall of where her growth spurt really slowed down. But like in a Fahaka puffer's first year, I mean, they can almost grow an inch a month. Finley grew more like an inch it was more closer to every month and a half, which is still a pretty good rate. But yeah, if you like really keep like on the tip top level of the water parameters and such, yeah, Fahakas can grow like no tomorrow, as can the booze. With that, could do a meet up at Pizza King and have us. I mean, hey, I'm down for that. I mean, if y'all want to pay for food, I'm always down for that. I mean, free food, sign me up every time. Those of y'all also wondering, I know I've been asked before. I know I got a couple messages. I can't remember all who. It's been a hot minute since I've been on Instagram. Ever since I got a new phone it's been about a month and a half, 2 months ago now. I haven't been very active on Instagram. I need to fix that. I need to get active on there again. But oh, now I just lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? Shoot. But it'll probably come to my head again at some random point there. But oh wait, yeah, now I remember. I was messaged before on Instagram before if I was ever thinking of attending any of the Aquashellas. Obviously, here in 2021, it didn't work. I mean, when you get married and then I get a new job not less than a year before, as well as my wife, it obviously just didn't work out too well this year. Too much was going on in the personal life. But I would say, let's see. Hey, I just saw Eduardo. I'll get back to that on a moment. Just let us get you to, does that say 1,000? 1,000K. Wouldn't that be a million then? And then we can celebrate with some Fantastic Freaks wife beater tees. That would be cool. Not a wife beater, just like those tees. Oh, I love it. I love it. IHSP's Tank Tribe, welcome. Welcome to the stream here. Ricky De Helios, I don't think I ever said hi to you. Welcome, Ricky. I thought that. I saw 1,000K. Like, wouldn't that just be a million? I'm a long ways from that. I mean, hey, I can only think of like one person that does YouTube fish related, and I think we all know who that is. I think Joey's the only guy that does fish on YouTube that at least that I know of that is over the million mark. I know Corey and Aquarium Co-op though. I think they're about 750,000 though right now. I think they're about I think they might even they're like 800K right now, or am I way over? Something like that. Either way, I know they're about 750,000. So I mean, I guess they're getting close. Levi's Aquatics just subscribed. Thank you, Levi. Appreciate that greatly. I'll have to return the favor here at the end of the stream and see what you got as well. Speaking of content here, if y'all haven't already seen the new puffer, make sure you check that out here. Like I say, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Cyber, actually. If you're still listening, haven't seen talking about. Well, I guess I think you also said that you were just going to be listening too. But we already got another new puffer down here from the one outside of the video that I just posted. I think it's been about 3 days ago now. I'll have a video up on him. Maybe not this week, but next week. I'm thinking maybe this week. It's been a while since I've done like a list video or a top 5 video. So trying to brainstorm ideas for that here. Well, I guess I shouldn't say brainstorm. I have plenty of ideas. It's just a matter of which one to pursue. Levi the Quack. Paul Cafaro. Hey, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember. I know that name too. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Paul, though. Paul's also done other things outside of fish, I want to say, though, too, right? But I guess, yeah, I have seen aquatic videos with him before. But, yeah, Paul's, I guess, yeah, he is another one that's over a mil, I think. Oh, IHSP lives only 3 hours away from Pizza King? Really? Is IHSP, are you in Iowa? Maybe we've talked about this before, and maybe I'm totally forgetting. But speaking of IHSP, saying Aquarium Co-op is at 7,032 or at 732,000. Okay. Wait. Okay, so that's actually not quite 750 mil, but it's pretty close. Because, yeah, 750 to a million would be 750K. So Tank Tribe, you're in Kansas City, Kansas. Okay. I actually got some friends down there in Kansas City. A friend of mine in Kansas City actually helped me with a little bit of a hand in designing some of the T-shirt that I had, or not the T-shirt, but the stickers, that I had for Fintastic Freaks. I've been chatting with them, seeing if I can get another one ordered here. So whenever I do hit 1,000, I can give away some stickers among some other things. Excuse me real quick. A little drink of Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper supply is running low. IHSP. A personal friend of mine, no one that anyone here would probably know. His name is Logan, and yeah, he's on the Missouri side. His name is he's been a friend of mine. We actually met in college, and he more does just things like this on the side because he once upon a time did publications. He does more like cabinetry and all that now, but he still likes to design things along the side here every once in a while for friends and such. And I've known him now for about a decade. His name is Logan. He lives, and yep, he does live in the on the Missouri side. I'm not going to say his full name, of course, but nope, it's not a business. He's It's not a business, but yeah, I'm not going to say his full name because I don't like it. Don't want to give too much identity. Can't be too careful nowadays. All right. I was thinking of another good community fish, but I can't remember what it was now. Maybe if I look around, I'll remember what it was. I know some people also like to make community tanks with barbs and such, but barbs I also I don't want to say a red flag, but maybe a yellow flag, just to say like, hey, they do have a nippy reputation. I'm struggling with English today, guys. But they have a bit of a fin nipping reputation. I have a tiger barb community tank where I have like typical tiger barbs with some green and albino tiger barbs, which love that combination. It's another one where I've been thinking about maybe doing like a triple deck stand for 55s, because obviously I already have a 55 where I have some Hexadon Tetras. Not a good community fish, by the way. Don't put those in your community Tetra tank. You could, but it's not going to end well. But like tiger barbs are a great one. Rosy barbs. I've seen people even mix rosy barbs with tiger barbs and even put some cherry barbs in that mix, and that'd be another one. Although, I don't know, if you ask me between like tetras or barbs, I personally would lean more towards tetras just because, one, they're not as fin nippy. Two, I also think most tetras, there are definitely some very colorful barbs out there too, but I think tetras have more of the vibrant colors and such compared to others. Rasboras are another great one. If you want to do like smaller fish, like when I was talking about guppies or neon tetras or cardinal tetras, rasboras would be a great addition to that as well. Or even just, you could do like Harley Quinn rasboras with galaxy rasboras, or I believe another name for galaxy rasboras are the celestial pearl danios, which kind of makes me wonder, are they a danio or a rasbora? Which is another thing. You could put like a zebra. I think my phone was talking. Dang. Excuse me. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Darn technology, it gets so smart that it starts just operating on its own. There we go. That won't happen again. Or will it? Oh, yep, there we go. We're good now. Sorry about that. Hate using my phone on a stream. But, I just... Tank Trap, I mentioned Rummy Noses earlier, but yeah, Rummy Noses are an awesome one here too. Honestly, though, Rummy Noses are one of the Tetras I've never kept. It's not that I don't like them. It's just I've just never had them. I definitely want to, though, at some point. I would love to put them here in the 240, but obviously, like I said, I got some Gouramis that are going to max out between 6 to 8 inches, and that and having about a foot-long black ghost knife in there, putting some Rummy Nose Tetras in there would probably be ill-advised. The Rummy Nose Tetras would probably slowly disappear. Metalheads. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys are streaming here pretty soon. Let's see. This stream is at 53 minutes, so we won't go too much longer. I'm going to try to if somebody has like the link to Metalhead stream, if you want to go ahead and post that in the comments here soon, I'll wrap this up before too long, so y'all can go check out that awesome channel there as well. But let's see here. I believe I saw earlier, or I think it was Victor. Someone was asking about stands earlier. Yeah, Victor Albert was asking, who here has made a homemade stand besides me? Yes, I have made 3 stands actually on my own. The stand that my 240 sits on right now, I guess I can't take all the credit. Me and my father both built that. We also built a custom stand for my 185-gallon boat front that's been sitting vacantly for over a year and a half. And I guess technically the stand where my 29-gallon tank was built by my father. I had little help on that, I guess, as well. I also had a friend build me a stand for a 50-gallon Pentagon tank. But yeah, I've had a couple of custom-made stands down here. I also made a custom stand on my own for 275s, like a double-deck stand or two-tier stand or whatever you call that, I guess. I guess whatever you want to call it. I pre-made one of those myself. Thinking I'll probably make a couple of those again, probably for a 55. And since I have another 120 lying around, I'll probably make them for a two-tier 125-gallon stand and such. Probably do something on that. Maybe even do it for my 38s or my 40 breeders, because honestly, it's way easier to build your own stands than I initially thought. You should make IHSP and Liquid Zoo mods. You know, I've actually been thinking about getting some mods here soon. I might have to actually think about that there. But yeah, I need to get some mods, like post links and such, because obviously, hard to do that on my own here. But yeah, if someone has like Metalhead, I guess for today, if someone has Metalhead's stream link once we're done, yeah, make sure to, if someone has that, feel free to post it in there, because yeah, that's another awesome stream to watch. But yeah, Ed, that's a great idea. I might have to check in on that, find some people to do the behind the scenes work. We can't unless you're a mod. Oh, okay. Shows how much I know, I guess. I might have to dig it up here myself here. But I guess while we're on the topic, there's one last fish. I believe someone mentioned them earlier, or somebody was asking if I had a Congo Tetra tank. I did have Congo Tetras in a Tetra community tank for a while. I had like some Buenos Aires Tetras in with them, as well as some black skirts, and I think there's another one called like a Bleeding Heart Tetra. They're kind of all that like flat shape, not the sleek shaped Tetra, but I'm trying to think of like the exact name for it, but I can't think of exactly what it's. Whoopsie, making now my computer's making noise. There we go. There we go. I chased it down. There we go. We'll wrap this up here shortly, and I'll post it one more time before I log off here for good here, because I know the metalheads are just getting started right now here. But wanted to say to everyone here real quick, thank y'all so much again for all the support here. If you're new and have not done so already, please consider clicking the subscribe button to stay in the loop with everything I do here. I'll have I'll have another video coming out here shortly about like a list video here. I'm thinking about maybe some like fish suggestions, either for a tank, or it might be a care guide here or something. I haven't done a whole lot of all of those here lately. My channel has been a lot of show and tell lately, which I guess is intriguing and all, but want to get some other stuff out there too. But to those of y'all that all came here and such, thanks for all the continuous support. If I get some more merch made for 1,000, I'll definitely keep y'all in the loop here, because like I said, I'm thinking even once I hit 1,000, I might try to think of like a way to create like a little shop for y'all, to anyone that's interested, where, hey, if you're interested, cool. If not, oh well, I'm not going to be offended. But I like some of y'all's ideas here, like ball caps. Might have to look into those, or like a lanyard or a keychains and all that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into some of these. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna post Metalhead's link here one more time here because I don't have mods. I'm poor like that. But again, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Y'all are awesome. I'll see you all in my next video and next Monday at 5 Central. Stay fantastic, guys.